you are a brilliant candidate for the job. एंड आई बिलीव कि आपका बहुत 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 अच्छा चांस है. यू हैव वेरी गुड बैकग्राउंड. आपकी बहुत अच्छी पर्सनालिटी है, एक अच्छा ऑरा है.
Thank you so much, sir. I just want to add one thing. Sir, I have been giving some mocks, but my friends from Delhi as well as Kashmir and also my cousins, everyone has been inquiring me, when are you giving interview with Delhi? Sir, everyone has been inquiring me because I had got good remarks from other mocks as well. And sir, since last night there has been a discussion how how this grilling is to be done by like today, how you will grill me. Sir, there has been a lot of say, and sir, people are loving you so much, sir. Seriously, they're loving you so much.
Okay, Ishal, please introduce yourself.
So, my name is Aeshal Nisar. I belong to district Anantnag of Jammu and Kashmir. I did my schooling till 10th from Delhi Public School Srinagar, after which I did my 12th from Delhi Public School Anantnag. Sir, I joined Delhi University's College of Vocational Studies to pursue my BA Honours in History, after which I joined Department of Social Sciences of Delhi University itself to pursue my Masters in History. So during my undergraduate days, I have been active in various college societies and have also got an opportunity to head some of them. And during my undergraduate days only, I was elected as the president of student union of my college, sir. Sir, I consider myself as a hardworking and a dedicated person who is looking forward to join this service.
You mentioned that you are a bachelor's from Delhi University and then again a master's from Delhi University. Recently, what you've seen is Delhi University administration, they have issued the guideline on ragging on the university campuses. How do you think is the government actually taking measures to curb this menace of ragging in India?
Sir, considering India, the ragging issue in India, there is certainly the issue of ragging in Indian colleges, as we have witnessed various cases, be it of physical harassment or exploitation, considering on different fronts. But sir, considering Delhi University, I guess the ragging potential in Delhi University is not that much, because since Delhi University, when the freshers come, the whole of the environment of Delhi University is charged with the elections. So freshers become more of like chief guests. They are treated very well. So ragging as such is not that much important. But sir, since Delhi University has 96 colleges and the elections are not in all the colleges, they are just in I guess 57 or 58 colleges. In rest of the college, there might be cases of ragging as fully aware about them. But sir, considering those politically charged colleges which conduct student union elections, I don't think, sir, there has been much cases of ragging. And
My question was how is the government taking some measures to curb the menace of ragging in Indian universities?
so government's initiatives and government's approach towards curbing ragging is, first of all, they are sensitizing the student and the college campuses regarding the provisions which could lead if students are involved in ragging in any way. So the government's approaches towards sensitization. Also, sir, there is awareness through be it digital boards, be it through physical boards, also the wall hangings or paintings, which are trying to make campuses ragging free. Sir, as such, particular initiative or scheme that is not coming to my mind as of now.
What do you think is the psyche of a ragger? Why does he or she do it?
Sir, as per me, it is mostly to show their superiority, they being the seniors and the newcomers coming to the college. They wanted to show that we own this place or we have some superior say and more, or rather a greater say in the college. So it is more of a that that comes to my mind. Sir, also ragging. It is also that since they have the seniors have also faced it by from their seniors. So they also wanted to vent out that aggression or expression, whatever we name it, sir. It is also in that uh, way, sir, I would see it.
You mentioned about some of the colleges being politically charged. Uh, why do you think there is a particular party that has been sweeping the elections in Delhi? Why do you think there is this increased support for that party?
Sir, in student elections, Delhi University, or
No, no, in the government.
in the government in Delhi? Sir, the party that has been consistently coming to power in Delhi, as per me, I think it has been working on ground, sir. As it has a good mass base, and particularly its targeted sections or vulnerable sections of the society. So they are most inclined towards the society, and they find relatable to some extent to that society. That's why, and since in Delhi we have very versatile and diverse cultures present over here, so and what I see, the major population is of the vulnerables only. I guess they become a very strong vote bank of the current party, which has been consistently making it through the election.
They have a very strong base from the vulnerable sections. The specific question is, why is the support from those sections? What is the government doing for that?
So first thing, it is giving mandates from those particular sections. Considering what we say, then empowering them in the way, it is giving mandates from those particular sections. As we have recently seen it, we have in Delhi the first third gender elected to municipality polls was elected by that particular party. Also, sir, people from different areas, although there is no regionalism as such in Delhi. But sir, people from coming from different parts of India, they somewhere prefer in Delhi also to represent their region or their community in a way. So the present government has in a way also attracting those particular
Do you
region.
do you think that the freebie politics of the Aam Aadmi Party has been beneficial for them in the elections?
So 3B parties till today's till the present election, I would say before the present election, it had definitely been beneficial to them. But sir, in present election, which we recently witnessed, even the opposition parties, even the centrist parties, their freebies were I think, big wholesome than that of the Aam Aadmi Party. So in this elections, it was not based particularly on freebies. It was more of like the real issues, be it garbage and cleaning and regularization of the employees and all. So, sir, in this election, there has been a bit of a shift.
So how do you think that this freebie politics is impacting Indian economy?
Maybe politics has different connotations on Indian economy. So on positive front as well, it is somewhere addressing the issues which could be lacked and which are to some extent being lacked in our policy making. It is contributing in that way, particularly considering the free electricity or free bus passes, considering the gender sensitivity, considering the vulnerables' potential to pay their electricity fee, or be it also somewhere in Uttar Pradesh, the mobile phones are being distributed. So there are different, or laptops or scooties. It is in a way supporting the vulnerables and some of the corners and nook and corners of which are being left by our policies. So it is in a way better, but considering its other way on the factor, it is some way also leading to what we can say a corrupt type of uh, politics rather. I will use the word. So it is some way we can say it can also lead to ethical debates, be it is it ethically correct or not. As some way it is giving a leverage to the party who's giving it, and also it has a great impact on markets. Since you asked, it has also great impact on markets since private companies in Delhi, the electricity is being provided free, and but the electricity providers are private companies. So it is for sure impacting market to a good extent because government because for the prices for these freebies are being paid by the government and they are looking for subsidies. So market is being hampered.
You mentioned about the third gender in Delhi. Can you tell me what was the controversy regarding this third gender pronouns? Because now, as we have have this segregation between the sexes, between the male and the female, and language is also, we can say, for the males we have a certain set of pronouns, and the females we have some other set of pronouns, and now we have the third gender being represented everywhere. Should we give them their own pronouns?
Sir, own pronouns as in Mr. and Miss.
Pronouns that we use for a particular sex, and since they are not, since they are the third gender, should we give them their own pronouns?
Sir, as we have been using other for them, as has been brought in now in all the government and private documentations, the other uh, pronouns what we say can is being used. So if I am not wrong, rather in the forms a column for other is used uh, to signify their gender. Sir, but considering Mr. and Miss or any other invention of any other pronouns, sir, I guess it should be kept to them. If they are raising, if I'm not aware, if they are raising any such kind of a demand, if they want some different pronoun, if they are raising, since we are in a democracy, they have right to each a right to say so. We should give them.
Do you think that there should be some legislation that should be passed so that a particular set of pronoun be used for these particular genders, or let alone the third gender? We also have the LGBTQ community, and they also demand their own pronouns in the Western economies. So, do you think there should be a legislation for that would impact such pronouns to these particular group of people?
Sir, legislation will surely empower it, and legislation will surely try to make sure that it is happening on ground in all the ways. So, sir, legislation can be beneficial, but sir, it is not the only way to bring it. I believe there should be other sensitivity as well, and we should take people on board by different sensitivity, awareness, and by taking also these sections on board and empowering them to make their own choices.
We've recently seen an example where there was this 45-year-old man, who later on said to the world that he identifies as a 18-year-old girl, and he was now demanding to be recognized as a girl and be given the pronouns for a girl. Do you think if there is a legislation for that, it would curb the freedom of speech of individuals that don't want to actually support this argument?
So for every issue we have a debate and mandate, and that is to be discussed by the people, and that is to be presented by the people by through their representatives. If this issue is being raised, if we make it through the parliament, if we get a majority, I guess that is the say of the larger people, larger section. So we should go it. And considering this particular case where this man now he wants to be recognized as a woman, sir, I guess it is his freedom of choice. Considering age, there can be a debate on his age that how he is relating to being an 18-year-old. But considering his sexes, I don't think there should be any kind of dilemma on it. We should surely allow it. And those who don't support it, they have a say. They have a right to protest. They can protest against it. They can give their say. But if since less rationality is being found in their voices against it, because it is no way concerned to them, since it is concerned to
What,
other
what,
people.
what is your personal opinion on homosexuality?
So, homosexuality, it is, since it has arose not very back, it has in present generation and in present time period, in our contemporary time, it has gained a lot of prominence and a lot of importance. So I believe freedom of choice and freedom of right to choose their partner and to choose their expression or to choose their way is free to everyone. And considering homosexuality in India or be it in world, I guess they should be allowed, so as they are being allowed, so.
What does the Supreme Court stand on homosexuality?
So Supreme Court has allowed the homosexuality in India, but sir, but Supreme Court and the present government both are today hesitant for legalizing the same-sex marriage. They have allowed homosexuality in 2000, and Supreme Court has decriminalized, rather it has decriminalized homosexuality in 2018, sir. But considering the present debate, there is a greater say the demand from the people who are demanding the regularization and legalization of the same-sex marriage. But that is yet in the court of the Honorable Supreme Court, and it is yet to be decided, sir.
Ishal, you have a very unique name. Can you tell me the meaning of that name?
Sir, it is Aeshal, and it is an Arabic name, which actually means it's the name of a flower that's present in heaven.
Flower of heaven.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe that in this sort of philosophy of heaven and hell, that is a life after death?
Yes, sir. I believe.
What scientific basis do you have for that?
Sir, sir, there are different schools of thought. I'm not well versed about the scientific basis, sir, but I can say there are different schools of thought regarding it. Can I put my view on it?
Yes, yes, please.
So there are different schools of thought. One say this the life after death or the traverse from life to other life, it is circular, and some say it's linear, sir. But both the schools of thought they accept, and both the schools of thought they they verify. Yeah, there is, sir. It is more of a philosophical concept. They both verify. Yes, there is life after death. So also there are oppositions to it who claim that everything is in this world. Whatever is to be practiced and whatever is to be gained, it is only in this world. But sir, I don't find myself relatable to it.
When is your birthday?
It's 10th August.
Okay. Are there any significant events that have happened on that day in Indian national movement, precisely?
Sir, in the month of August, there have been on particular 10th August, I couldn't find anything, sir.
Is there any particular day that is celebrated? Any by any of our ministries in India on that particular day? Any event that is celebrated?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about.
You're from Anantnag, as you mentioned in your introduction. You know, Anantnag, we have this one district, one product under the Atmanirbhar Bharat program. Which product was actually designated for Anantnag?
Studied long back. Am I allowed?
Please repeat that. I did not hear you.
Sir, I said I want to take an educated guess since I have studied it a long time back.
Mhm.
Sir, I guess it was trout, a fish.
Okay, give me the historical context of this word Anantnag.
Sir, the word Anantnag, it has historically, being also a history student, sir, historically it has two stories to combine. The first was a historian A. Skeen. He said the place is named as Anantnag because Anant means it means many and Nag means a spring. Since the district beholds many springs, that is why it is called as Anantnag. So the second theory comes from historian Kalhan, who said the name has been first mentioned in Nilmat Puran, in which Anantnag is also the name of Sheshnag. So that is why it is saying since Anantnag beholds Sheshnag in its Pahalgam region, so that is why it is saying that the name has been given Anantnag to it. So the people of Anantnag has been respecting and accepting both of these stories.
Are there any very important historical places, historical religious places that we have in Anantnag?
Yes, sir. Sir, the first place that comes to my mind is this Rishmir Sahib Shrine in Anantnag. Sir, the second place that comes to my mind is, sir, as we hold the largest pilgrimage in India, Amarnath Yatra. So that is to the Amarnath temple. Sir, the third that comes to my mind is, so there is Hazrat Bal where I particularly reside. The Hazrat Bal is also in Anantnag. That is also a shrine. Sir, also, sir, so there are various gurdwaras and churches as well, but I'm not able to recall their names. So particularly considering religious.
You mentioned the Amarnath temple. Can you enlighten about the 2008 land transfer controversy regarding that?
I'm really sorry.
Okay. Give me the geological basis of this temple, of this cave in Amarnath. What is the geological basis, and what is the deity actually made of in that temple?
It's- As I have personally not visited that place, it is said there it has shivling that is visible or a procrastination of Lord Shiva that we visualize through it, sir. And it is as I have heard it that it is. I'm not sure about it, but sir, I have heard it. It is made of, I guess, snow. So that's it. I am not. I have not gone through it much.
There is a rock formation there. We call it in geology. We call it stalagmite. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, sir. I have studied stalagmites. Sir, they are the stalagmites. So procrastinations, or rather the liquidification from the stones, which get into which take the form of the pillars, sir.
Are you sure about the definition of stalagmite?
Sir, as I recently said, sir, stalagmites, rather.
Yes.
Sir, it is a geological process, as you say, sir. It is more of like liquidation of stones throughout the time, and which later take the form of a pillar, a pillar like structure, sir. I'm not that sure about it, but I have read it so long back.
What do you understand? What do you mean by liquidation of stones?
Sir, it is changing their form. It is changing it is changing their form, deforming, and then again, sir. But with the case of stalagmites, shape of concrete after that.
All right. We also have this martyrd temple in Anantnag. Are you aware of that?
Yes, yes, sir.
Who is this? Who is the leader? Who was the ruler that was associated with this temple?
Lalit Aditya Muktupet.
It is dedicated to which of the deities?
So it is a sun temple, Shiva temple.
Recently, we have seen a controversy regarding this martyrd temple in which the LG of the Union Territory, he actually had organized a particular, what I can say, he participated in prayers in that temple, and it was organized by the state. And then the Archaeological Survey of India, they have actually mentioned that it was in violation of their rules. What do you know about that controversy precisely?
Sir, the first thing that Newton Sun Temple comes under the conservation heritage of the India. And that is why, since it is of immense historical significance, and the organization of any event be considered by the administration or the political governance of that state, UT or be it of country, sir, it is in violation of the rules of the conservation guidelines. Sir, I also am of the support that such events should be restricted at such historically active or historically of important places. So that was since it was condemned and it was spoken about by various school of historians and archaeologists in India, and by different. Also, it was also somewhere motivated by some political opponents as well. So there has been this side also to the case.
You mentioned that you participated in NSS as well. Um, what is NSS?
Sir, NSS is a National Service Scheme. Sir, it is a society that is being used and that is being promoted throughout the country in various institutions. Its major goal is to enhance the sense of discipline and responsibility along with the lines of nationalistic principles and nationalistic thoughts. Sir, it covers all round development of the person, sir, as such. Sir, also, sir, it has a lot and linking with social services as well.
What kind of scheme is it? Is it a central sector scheme or a centrally sponsored scheme?
Sir, it is a central sector scheme.
What is the difference between the two?
So central sector scheme is totally taken 100% in charge by the center, and centrally sponsored scheme has the participation of state as well.
And it comes under which of the ministries?
Sir, Ministry of Defense. And if I'm not wrong, sir, Ministry of Defense.
You're saying Ministry of Defense organizes NSS.
Yes, sir. I'm not sure about it. Sir.
Okay. Your optional. What is it? Optional
History, sir.
history, and yeah, you have a background in history as well. Tell me, you could have easily gone into higher studies in your own subject. You have graduated from a good college. Why do you want to join civil services? Why leave your own subject and join the civil services?
Civil service is something which motivated me from the very start. I had an inclination towards it. Sir, civil services, I guess it gives an opportunity to person to deliver on ground. Although there are also various other jobs and various other profiles where people could work on ground, but the holistic approach but the holistic and the versatile uh, approach and versatile platforms that civil services provide, I guess uh, that is exceptional in its own way. And to connect on ground with the people, it gives us the best part so that we can get involved in deliverance as well as in policy making, sir.
You studied history as an optional in JKPSC as well. Tell me about this safety valve thesis in the creation of the Indian National Congress.
Yes. So, safety valve theory, it is a theory that is to be said that the creation of Congress, although the creation of Congress that was not possible being under the colonial rule, but sir, the safety valves theories, as they say, that the Congress has been created by A.O. Hume with the support of some nationalists at that point of time, be it Dadabhai Naroji or different other as well. It was created under the shade and guidance of Congress only so that they could have their backing as well, and they could also consider and they could also proceed in their national movement, sir. But sir, it has a counter theory as well that is saying that it is that is the theory is called as lightning conductor, that the Congress used them as a lightning conductor so that they can destroy the flame at the very base only.
I think is the significance of history in the life of an administrator.
Sir, history gives us an ample and a holistic vision to visualize and plan and think for the outcomes of any challenges and the ways to tackle them. Since, sir, everything is in a way repetition of the past, be it of different kinds, sir. Although the genre and on the immediate front there might be difference in issues, there might be difference in problems, but sir, at the larger end the problems are somewhat similar. So an administrator can take the clue from the past to visualize that how that those things has been dealt with and what were the outcomes of various methods that have been used to overcome them, and also understand the larger contextual clarity within historical narrative to understand where actually the problem lies.
Can you give me a one-line answer to why does history repeat itself?
Because at the end we all are human beings, tend to be bound in the same circumstances, be it social, economic, political, and we happen to undergo same processes.
What is historiography,
So historiography is history writing, and it is the study of history writing, sir.
and how far the Indian geography has shaped Indian history? Can you enumerate some points in which the geography of India has shaped the Indian history?
Yes, sir. So geography is being amalgamated in history as well because as physical physiography is being considered very important. Considering, sir, the our state of J&K only, since it is in between of the mountains, so the So since it is in between of the mountains, these mountains are defining the geography, as has been mentioned by Kalhan as well, that the people of Kashmir Valley find an individuality because they have been cut off from rest of the India, which gives us a different line of setup that was different from what was happening in the center. Also, sir, the same has happened in the center as well, in the center of the country as well. That the center was following something, but there were some geographies like Sir Maratha, since they were also ingrained in between the mountains and on the plateaus. So they were also different, and they were shaping history in their different senses. Also, sir, the kingdoms being near the coast, they had the reach. Also, as there has been only one kingdom of India that has made an colony outside India, that was Cholas. Since they being near the coast, they being near the boundaries, near to seas, they could make a colony. Also, sir, these coastal states, be it regional states or being center state, they had a greater share of trade. They had greater share of relation. As the Rajasthan and Gujarat, they had greater share of trade and relations with Mesopotamia. So in India, in inlands as well as being different geographies, there has been a larger context. There has been a larger context which would signify how histories were different. Be it of Bengal, being how it became the center for colonial rule to expand from there, and considering those who took south of India, how it was hard for them, being the center at Madras, how it was hard for them to overtake whole of the country, sir. So, sir, history has a lot to give.
So we also have this historical civilization, the Indus Valley civilization of the and the decline of the Indus Valley civilization is a subject that is dealt in history in great detail. What do you know about the decline? Give me three reasons for the decline of the IVC.
Reason was there was no sir, evidence of change or improvement. So everything which is to be static has to go on, has to get finished. There was no sign of improvement. So the second school which says that there was because of environmental change that the decline of Indus Valley civilization happened, as then people had to move to other places. So the third thing was, sir, it was because some say it was because of war, although that has been seriously discarded. That as there are very less archaeological evidence to support the war or incoming of Aryans, sir, at that particular time, and which led to the decline of Indus Valley. But sir, this was also a say to the larger front. I would name these three.
What have you learned personally at a personal level? What have you learned from the Indian national movement?
Sir, from Indian national movement, I would take perseverance. That how being continuous despite taking a lot of faults and lot of failures, how being consistent with our approach, we could reach to the final goal. As there has been various episodes which and various moments which have failed tremendously. There have been various downfalls. There have been various shifts. But sir, the continuance that was there, which at the end made us realize and made us live the freedom and independence from our colonial rulers. So this is the thing I take most from it.
And which personality of the Indian national movement do you like the most?
So there are various, as since you need. So should I say many or just one?
Give me just one.
So then it is Mahatma Gandhi, sir, father of our nation.
What do you like the most in him? Which aspect of his personality?
Sir, since I would like to share a personal approach to it, since when I contested for the elections, it was all in my mind, sir, that how I would, since Delhi University is mostly taken over by muscle and money power and also political power, I being an independent candidate, it always came to my mind that how am I going to, how I am going to deal with it. So, sir, considering that light from our father of nation, how Honorable Mr. Mahatma Gandhi ji, how they started from the scratch, how they made their name, and how they gathered all people around them, despite not using any muscle, money, or any political power. It was all through their knowledge and their leadership. And they have different theories which they propose, be it of truthfulness, be it of satyagraha. So these have been guiding light in present since also, in today's context as well. So sir, I think it is because of it I look forward to our father of nation.
All right. You have your Gmail, your email to be precise, is on iCloud.com. Is that right? Okay, and you also like to debate. You like to participate in a debate. So let's have a debate on the Apple versus Android, the great debate, and where would you align yourself in that?
Sir, do I have to say it in a debating form?
Yeah, no, in a debating form.
Apple, which have become a brand name of whole of the globe. The first thing, Apple, it gives a sense of satisfaction that we are using something luxurious. Second, Apple, it gives us a sense that of connectivity to the whole world. But as Apple is being used by throughout the globe. Third, Apple, it gives us different ways besides the normal orthodox ways that are being practiced, like iMessage, like iTunes. Apple, it also gives us extraordinary features considering its camera, considering its facilities, its vision, its looks, and its sizes.
So what is the difference between debate and declamation?
So debate, uh, it is a two-way process in a debate. In debate, we present our point with authority, we present our point with confidence and in a very authoritarian way, sir, in a debate. And it is to prove that we are right. Sir, in declamation, there is no confrontation and there's no scope of opposition. It is just one-sided.
We need to have this is mentioned in the syllabus to have the mental alertness is an aspect in your personality that you would need as a civil servant. So if there is a situation, how would you deal with an employee who is your subordinate and he is producing a work which is not of a good standard? It is not meeting the expectation, and your subordinate is not producing good work. How would you deal with that situation?
I would take him on board. First, I will try to know what are the reasons why he is not delivering to the level that we are expecting, that is required. I would like to know if he has some personal issues or it is something in office which is troubling him. So I would use this approach first. If there are no such approach, if there are no such things that are hampering him, then I would try to consult him. I would try to look if he is really not able to do it, so I will try to help him by showcasing that how to do it and what are the ways to do that work. If besides that also he is not able to do it, then I will start taking some kind of action, making him work more or discussing with other people that what could be the ways to channelize him, or rather I would shift him to some other task where he would be comfortable. Sir.
And let's suppose you are assigned an important project, but you have to work, in a particular team, and your team member is somebody who is very difficult to work with. How would you do that? What would you do?
If someone is hesitant and someone is arrogant or someone is difficult to work with, so the best way would be calmness and smiling nature, as it wouldn't trouble them in any way. I would try to minimize my interaction with them and try to use my other soft powers like smile and talking calmly and talking in a very friendly way. I'll try to befriend them so that for the purpose of our project, so that it is completed on time. So I will use these soft powers to gain his confidence on me so that the environment becomes more cheerful and more comfortable.
Do you have a sister, Aeshal?
Yes, sir.
How would you react if I ran away with your sister?
First thing that would come to my mind, that first thing that I should think, was my sister willing to run away with you, sir? I could convince her to come back and say we can formalize and regularize your marriage and get to know. And I will tell her, come, like, brief us about the guy, as it is being you, that how is he, what is he doing, and different things, how you met and all. Share us, enlighten us about him. There is no way why you ran away. So let us fix the things in a better way, sir.
What are your three biggest weaknesses?
Sir, the first that comes to my mind, I get over ambitious with some things. I get over ambitious, which hampers some of my personal doings. So the second, I also get over excited with various things, sir. Considering different things, sir, I get over excited. And sir, the third thing is, I take everything, every word, whatever anyone is saying, I take it to be true. Negativity comes later to me. Whatever, if anyone is saying or delivering, I take it at the very first hand truth. I don't uh, go for its other connotations and its other perspectives. I take it, if someone is saying it's true.
Suppose you're playing a game, suppose you're playing cricket and you're batting, and suddenly a ball, the bowler has bowled the ball, and you just got a slight edge. The umpire doesn't know it, the bowler doesn't know it, the keeper doesn't know it, and the keeper behind you, he has taken the catch, nobody has appealed. What would you do in that particular situation? Only you know that you have had a slight edge to the bat.
Sir, be different in different conditions, considering if it being an international match and I being an international player or a national player. If it is watched somewhere, I would walk away from the ground and I would declare myself as out, as has been done by some cricket players as well. But sir, considering if I am playing in company of my cousins or friends, so we do such thing to just cheer up and then claim that I bluffed you in this way. So I would take it under a very supportive way. If we are playing in our personal space with my brother or with my cousins or my close friends, and if it is not that big a match, we are playing comfortably. So I would keep mum.
Let's conclude the session. I have understood all about your personality that I needed to. Okay. Aeshal, I'll not be taking much of your time now because आज Friday भी है आपको जाना भी होगा. But let me give you the first impression that I've got is that you are a brilliant candidate for the job. एंड आई बिलीव कि आपका बहुत 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 अच्छा चांस है. यू हैव वेरी गुड बैकग्राउंड, आपकी बहुत अच्छी पर्सनैलिटी है, एक अच्छा ऑरा है. सो वो तो है, दैट इज फाइन. देर आर सम थिंग्स जो जहां पर मुझे लग रहा है कि थोड़ा हमें कस्टमाइज उसको करना चाहिए. विल स्टार्ट विद योर इंट्रोडक्शन. तो इंट्रोडक्शन में यू मेंशन योर नेम, देन यू मेंशन योर डिस्ट्रिक्ट, उसके बाद दैट वाज फाइन. उसके बाद यू मेंशन योर स्कूल ऑफ 10th क्लास, देन द स्कूल ऑफ 12th क्लास, फिर जाके आप बीए पे गए, फिर एमए पे गए. What I would suggest you is don't have this classification of 10th and 12th class because you are already a master's. Major focus जो panelist का रहेगा वो आपके bachelor's और master's पे रहेगा. So it's not necessary कि आप उसमें स्कूल को थोड़ा इस तरीके से क्लासिफाई करो 10th 12th में. आप कह सकते हो कि मेरी इनिशियल स्कूलिंग यहाँ से हुई है, फिर मैं दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में चला गया. सो उसको एक पासिंग रेफरेंस में आप स्कूलिंग को डाल दो. ओके. सेकेंडली, जब हम अपने दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी की बात की, उसके बाद यू सेड दैट यू हैव बीन अ प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ स्टूडेंट यूनियन. वहां पर आपने लिखा, आपने बोला कि यू हार्ड वर्क एंड डेडिकेटेड वगैरह वगैरह. मुझे लगता है यू शुड नॉट मेंशन दीज थिंग्स इन द इंट्रोडक्शन. इट विल बी लेटर ऑन आस्क्ड टू यू कि आपकी कौन सी स्ट्रेंथ्स है. वहां पर यू कैन मेंशन डेडिकेशन, हार्ड वर्क, परसिवरेंस, कंसिस्टेंसी. But introduction में it gives a feel कि जहां पर you're trying to boost about yourself. So introduction should be like this: your first your name, then your district, initial schooling, bachelor's, master's, work experience if you have any, and then your interests. तो आपको अपार्ट फ्रॉम इंस्टेड ऑफ सेइंग आप हार्डवर्किंग हो या डेडिकेटेड हो, यू शुड मेंशन योर इंटरेस्ट. आपका इंटरेस्ट डिबेटिंग में है और भी जिसमें है. तो इंटरेस्ट आपको मेंशन करना चाहिए उसी में. एंड बिकॉज यू फ्रॉम डीयू, देयर आर बाउंड टू बी सम क्वेश्चंस. डीयू से अगर कोई प्रोफेसर वहां पर होगा जिसने मे बी डीयू से पढ़ा हो, तो डीयू के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत देख लेना. ऊपर से आपका अच्छा खासा वहां पर भी बैकग्राउंड रहा है तो डीयू का देख लेना. बिकॉज there was this news recently कि उन्होंने they've set up this committee, I guess two weeks before, जहां पर they look into the ragging issue in Delhi University now. ये हो गया आपका introduction. And then when we were talking about DU, I asked you, my question was what is the government doing to curb this menace? And your reply was there is no such serious issue of ragging in Delhi University. But मेरा question ये नहीं था. It was not about Delhi University. It was question about the government measures and how do they curb it. तो सवाल थोड़ा ध्यान से सुनो. तो वहां पर you missed the basic point. उसके बाद you also mentioned when you're talking about DU, you also mentioned some politically charged colleges. You're using these words जहां पर यू आर एक्चुअली गिविंग देम अ बेट कि हाँ भाई यहां से मुझे सवाल पूछना है आपको. कि आप पॉलिटिकली चार्ज बोलोगे देन दे विल कनेक्ट इट टू समथिंग एल्स. ठीक है ना. सो इफ यू आर ओके विद इट, आई बिलीव दैट यू आर अ गुड नॉलेज. मैंने आपको पार्टीज के बारे में पूछा, फ्री बी पॉलिटिक्स के बारे में पूछा, यू आर डिसेंट नॉलेज. सो मुझे लगा दैट वाज फाइन. यू वर लीडिंग द इंटरव्यू, दैट वाज फाइन. आपने वो बेट छोड़ा और वहीं से आपका इंटरव्यू आगे गया. But while you were answering the politics in Delhi, you mentioned about third gender. उसके बाद थर्ड जेंडर पूछेंगे आप तो वो चला जाएगा कहीं पे और. फिर प्रोनाउंस के बारे में यू हैड नॉट, आई बिलीव आपने पढ़ा नहीं होगा वो प्रोनाउंस के बारे में. हाँ, तो प्रोनाउंस का इशू है अभी रिगार्डिंग दीज अदर जेंडर्स. और जेंडर आइडेंटिफिकेशन का कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है. होमोसेक्सुअलिटी पे आपका ओपिनियन इज फाइन कि जैसा भी है शुड बी अलाउड और नॉट. बट मोस्टली अपना ओपिनियन आपको, यू हैव टू बेस योर ओपिनियन on some judgment of the Supreme Court, on some recommendation of a particular committee, on some panel that was set up for this particular thing. ठीक है ना. तो आपका ओपिनियन शुड नॉट बी योर ओपिनियन. आपका ओपिनियन हैज टू बी बेस्ड बाय सम फाउंडेशंस. तो दैट वाज फाइन. तो मैं ये पॉइंट करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं कि आप ये जो सारे क्वेश्चंस मैंने पूछे, इट वाज यू लीडिंग इट. ठीक है ना. सो एंड इट इज फाइन. फ्रीबी पॉलिटिक्स में व्हेन आई आस्क्ड यू इज इट गुड फॉर द इकोनॉमी, तो यू हैड पॉजिटिव्स एज वेल एज नेगेटिव्स. तो दैट शोज यू योर बैलेंस्ड ऑफ जजमेंट. तो काफी आपने सारे सवाल बहुत ही बैलेंस तरीके से बताए. देन आई टॉक्ड अबाउट योर डीओबी. ऐसा होता है बिकॉज द मोमेंट दे लुक एट 10th August, they will come up with some maybe some day. इसमें we have this World Biofuel Day जो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ पेट्रोलियम और नेचुरल गैस मनाती है. वर्ल्ड बायोफ्यूल डे होता है इसमें. वर्ल्ड लायन डे भी होता है इसमें. तो डीओबी के बारे में कोई सिग्निफिकेंट इवेंट अगर है, जस्ट कीप दैट इन माइंड. अनंतनाग के बारे में यू हैड अ वेरी गुड नॉलेज अबाउट इट्स बिगिनिंग एंड द हिंदू माइथोलॉजी दैट इज एसोसिएटेड विद इट. फिर जाके आपने वहां पर पूछा भी, कैन आई मेक एन एजुकेटेड गेस. एजुकेटेड को काट के सीधे बोल दो सर एम आई अलाउड टू गेस. ये थोड़ा हम्बल सटल लगता है ज्यादा. एम आई अलाउड टू गेस. उसके बाद यू टॉक अबाउट अमरनाथ यात्रा एंड यू हैड नो आइडिया अबाउट द स्टैलेग्माइट फॉर्मेशन कैसे होता है. तो वो थोड़ा पढ़ लेना अमरनाथ के बारे में, वो कैसे बनता है. इट इज अ रॉक फॉर्मेशन जो फ्लोर से नीचे की तरफ उठता है ऊपर से ड्रॉप्स की वजह से. तो उसमें कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट होता है, बाकी जो भी चीजें हैं. 2008 की लैंड कॉन्ट्रोवर्सी वाज बिकॉज ऑफ दिस अमरनाथ इशू ओनली. तो वो भी देख लेना साथ में. देन वी हैव अमरनाथ के बाद द इशू ऑफ मार्तन सन टेम्पल, जिसमें there was this controversy कि without the union government's permission, the state government or the state administration cannot organize any of the parties, any of the events on these on these particular sites. So there is this rule 7 of 1959 जो उनका act is something like Ancient Monument Act, कुछ ऐसा ही है. तो उस एक्ट में 59 के लिखा हुआ है, विदाउट द परमिशन, रिटन परमिशन ऑफ द यूनियन गवर्नमेंट, यू कैन नॉट ऑर्गेनाइज दीज इवेंट्स. सो दैट वाज इन वायलेशन ऑफ दैट. और वहां पर you did a mistake by saying that when the Archaeological Survey of India said that it was in violation of the rules, आपने बोला कि I'm in support of that. It should not be done. Well, the question was not if you're in support or not. आपको पूछा ही नहीं गया था. It was just कि controversy क्या है. तो बिना पूछे अपना सपोर्ट आपको नहीं देना है. देन मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस, एनएसएस मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस नहीं कराता, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स कराते हैं, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ यूथ अफेयर्स एंड स्पोर्ट्स. दैट इज हु डज इट. उसके बाद व्हाई डू यू वांट टू जॉइन सिविल सर्विसेज. आपने सब्जेक्ट छोड़ के सिविल सर्विसेज क्यों लिया. आपने होलिस्टिक कहा, वर्सेटाइल, आपको जॉब मिलेगा, कनेक्शन टू द ग्राउंड. इसमें थोड़ा और कुछ डाल दो, फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी डाल दो. फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी है. साथ में आप बता सकते हैं जो आपने वर्सेटैलिटी का बोला, उसमें आप बोल सकते हो डाइवर्स वर्क कल्चर है, डाइवर्सिटी है. और डाइवर्सिटी में आप ये बताना जरूरी है कि डाइवर्सिटी क्यों. बिकॉज अगर आप अपने हिस्ट्री में ही रहते एंड यू वर कंटिन्यूइंग विद योर एकेडमिक्स, एट अ टाइम देयर इज अ पॉइंट इन टाइम जहां पर आपका जॉब बिकम्स मोनोटोनस टू यू. यू आर नो मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन व्हाट यू आर डूइंग. बट इफ यू हैव अ डाइवर्स कल्चर, वर्क कल्चर, फिर आपको अलग अलग काम करने का मौका मिलेगा. तो आपके अंदर जो क्यूरियोसिटी है वो सेटिस्फाइड रहेगी हमेशा. तो बिकॉज यू हैव अ क्यूरियस नेचर, दैट इज व्हाई यू वांट अ वर्सेटाइल एंड अ डाइवर्स नेचर, डाइवर्स वर्क कल्चर. उसके बाद हैव सम, व्हाई डू यू वांट टू जॉइन सिविल सर्विसेज का, देयर इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट कि यू शुड हैव सम इमोशनल एंगल अटैच्ड टू इट एज वेल. इमोशनल एंगल किस तरीके से, जैसे there was this my senior in DU who qualified the exam, and I saw how he changed his entire family and his entire area जहां से वो था, जहां वो काम कर रहा था. ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल चेंजेस रहे, आप उसके साथ कनेक्शन में थे. ही इंस्पायर्स यू अ लॉट. तो कोई ऐसी इमोशनल स्टोरी डाल दो साथ में, उससे ऐसा लगता है इट शोज अ फैसेट ऑफ योर पर्सनालिटी, जहां पर लगेगा कि यस दिस पर्सन गेट्स इंस्पायर्ड बाय गुड पीपल. ठीक है ना. तो इंस्पिरेशन वाला कॉन्सेप्ट भी समझ आता है. तो यू कैन ऐड सम इमोशनल एंगल टू इट एज वेल कि ऐसा हुआ था विच ट्रिगर्ड माय इंटरेस्ट इन सिविल सर्विसेज. ठीक है. उसके बाद कांग्रेस का सेफ्टी वैल्यू, हिस्ट्री की नॉलेज, यू हैव अ सॉलिड नॉलेज इन हिस्ट्री. तो आई डोंट थिंक you'll have any, you'll face any issues with history. तो हिस्ट्री को छोड़कर जब भी पूछा जाता है, I asked you what have you learned from Indian national movement. So there was this one thing that you said is perseverance. ठीक है, perseverance है, but ये मुझे इससे पहले भी लगा था, have multidimensionality in your answer. आप कम से कम 2-3 आपको साथ में बोल देने चाहिए. परसिवरेंस है, आपको लगा था कैसे कि नेशनल लीडर्स ने डेडिकेशन दिखाई, कैसे उसमें उनमें कंसिस्टेंसी थी या एम्पथी थी, वगैरह वगैरह. जो आपके एथिक्स के वो टॉपिक्स है, उसमें से कोई 2-3 उठाकर यू कैन मेंशन देयर. डिबेटिंग पर मैंने आपको डिबेट करने को बोला एंड यू डिड इट वेरी वेल. सिचुएशनल क्वेश्चंस यू हैंडल्ड इट. आई वुड अगेन, जैसे कि आपने यहाँ पर सिचुएशनल क्वेश्चंस को अटेम्प्ट किया, व्हाट आई एम गेटिंग द ट्रांसक्रिप्ट्स जो अभी पूछे जा रहे हैं, आई एम वेरी डिसअपॉइंटेड टू टेल यू दैट वहां पर इट्स नॉट ऑफ दैट स्टैंडर्ड जो आप एक्सपेक्ट करोगे. ठीक है ना. बिकॉज yesterday only there was a student who called me and मुझे पूरा अपना ट्रांसक्रिप्ट बोला. They did not even look at his DAF. उसका कोई डिस्ट्रिक्ट का सवाल नहीं था, कुछ भी नहीं. जो भी उनको दिमाग में, क्योंकि वो थक गए थे इतने, तो जो भी उनको पूछा वो 15-20 मिनट का वो रफा दफा करके, इट लुक्स लाइक, जो भी अगर किसी ने इंटरव्यू दिया है जिनको आप जानते हो, यू जस्ट आस्क देम, दे विल टेल यू इट्स जस्ट कि वो फॉर्मेलिटी पूरी हो रही है. ठीक है ना. सो डोंट टेक दिस एज अ स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ दैट इंटरव्यू, बट यस वी शुड बी प्रिपेयर्ड. अगर वो अपना देखेंगे, आपका डैफ देखेंगे, तो डैफ अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करना है. मोस्टली वहां पर देयर इज अ साइकोलॉजिस्ट इन द पैनल जो आपको सिचुएशनल क्वेश्चंस डालेगा. अभी तक मेरी जितनों से बात हुई है, दे हैव बीन आस्क्ड सिचुएशनल क्वेश्चंस. तो सिचुएशनल क्वेश्चंस में कीप 3 थिंग्स इन माइंड. नंबर 1, जो भी आपको सिचुएशन दी जाएगी, यू हैव टू शो योर लॉजिकल एक्सपोजिशन. लॉजिक दिखना चाहिए आपके आंसर्स में, जो कि दिखा मुझे, यू वर लॉजिकल इनफ. नंबर 2, मॉरल इंटेग्रिटी दिखनी चाहिए. जो भी सिचुएशनल क्वेश्चंस है, शो द मॉरल एंगल एसोसिएटेड विद योर पर्सनालिटी एज वेल. नंबर 3 इज बैलेंस ऑफ जजमेंट. बैलेंस ऑफ जजमेंट. जो भी सिचुएशनल क्वेश्चंस होगा, इट हैज टू गो थ्रू दिस प्रिज्म ओनली. have a logic in mind, morality, and then the balance. इन दोनों के बीच का balance. पूरा लॉजिक की तरफ जाओगे, इट विल फील, पीपल विल फील एज इफ की रोबोटिक है, थोड़ा इमोशनलेस है. पूरा लॉजिक नहीं जाना, पूरा मोरालिटी की तरफ नहीं जाना, ऐसा लगेगा कि इमोशनल ही है बिल्कुल. तो लॉजिक, मोरालिटी, देन द बैलेंस ऑफ जजमेंट. ये सिचुएशनल क्वेश्चंस का ये तरीका होता है हैंडल करने का. फिर आई एम सॉरी अबाउट द सिस्टर वाला क्वेश्चन, पर आई जस्ट वांटेड टू सी कि हाउ वुड यू रिएक्ट टू दैट. ओके. All right. I believe you're a brilliant candidate. I was very happy. I'm very satisfied with your performance, and inshallah, you'll be in the finalist.
Thank you so much, sir. I just want to add one thing. Sir, I have been giving some mocks, but my friends from Delhi as well as Kashmir and also my cousins, everyone has been inquiring me, when are you giving interview with Delhi? Sir, everyone has been inquiring me because I had got good remarks from other mocks as well. And sir, since last night there has been a discussion how this grilling is to be done by like today how you will grill me. Sir, there has been a lot of say, and sir, people are loving you so much, sir.
And
Seriously, they're loving you so much.
thank you so much. इसमें अल्लाह का ही देना होता है, बाकी इंसान तो कोशिश करता है बस. मुझे उम्मीद है आप लिस्ट में होंगे. यू हैव दैट पर्सनालिटी, यू आर ऑफिसर लाइक ऑरा है आप में. अल्लाह
Thank
आपको
you so
कामयाबी दे, और इंशाल्लाह जब आप यहाँ आएंगे, मे बी विल मीट.
Inshallah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
इफ यू नीड एनी हेल्प, अगर जब भी आपका एग्जाम है, कोई मटेरियल के रिलेटेड, आई विल सेंड यू, यू कैन टेक्स्ट देम, आई विल सेंड यू द एथनिक लिंग्विस्टिक जो हमारे पास डेटा है ऑफ वेरियस लैंग्वेजेस एंड एथनिक ग्रुप्स इन जम्मू कश्मीर. वो बच्चों को ज्यादा उसका आइडिया नहीं होता है. सो यू कैन टेक्स्ट देम, आई विल सेंड यू अ पीडीएफ दैट वी हैव क्रिएटेड. तो उसमें थोड़ा गो थ्रू दैट पीडीएफ एज वेल. ओके. एंड टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया देख लेना, बिकॉज फिर लेटर पार्ट ऑफ द एज panelists, they switch to Times of India. They're not just interested to the Hindu and all. So Times of India dekh lena and have some local daily as well. Okay, thank you so much and God bless you. Hope to see you in the list.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you, sir, and giving a mock
Uh,
interview. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.